Hi everyone, welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. Going for a face shave, I'm going to be using Lather Bros once again. Last one of the lot, and it is part of the new formulation, and it is tropical bay rum with a pink flamingo on there. The label looks absolutely brilliant, it really does. I like the clean cut tubs now with no labels around them, you can see right through to the soap, and all your ingredients are on the inside of the lid.
That always happens when you travel.
All waterproof, all water resistant, really nice stuff, looks great. 4 ounces of soap. Now there's no clove in here at all, it's got a sort of pineapple-y, fruity sort of bay rum scent, so it'll be interesting to see how this one opens up when I actually lather it, because it doesn't smell too much like a bay rum to me, which I quite like. I'm not a massive bay rum fan, so that works really nice for me. Alright, Barberpole brush. I'm not sure what the knot is called in this one. It does look very short lofted, but it does splay pretty easy. The brush itself looks pretty good from a distance, but when you actually get in close to this, you can actually see, let's have a look. So just on this part of the red here, you can see there's a little bit of like a black bit on the white, and then just up here on the blue, you can just see where it's sort of it's a little bit just on the white bit there. You can feel literally every bump of the Barberpole effect. I don't know how they've made it, I don't know how it's been done, but it's out of this four brushes they sent over, this one for me looks and feels the cheapest and tackiest. It feels heavy in the hand, it feels quality once you've actually got, if you shut your eyes it feels like a good quality brush, but just obviously the lines you can feel. You can see on the bottom there, Yaqi professional shaving brush 24. So I'm not sure, this looks a bit like the Sinbad, I think it's called the Sinbad from AP Shave Co. Very similar looking knot, probably the same knot, I don't know, but it's very soft tipped, it splays easy, but it's short lofted again. I don't think it looks the best in that handle. I think a good chunky badger would look nice in there, or a chunkier knot should I say, even a 26mm just to splay out a bit further, because it's a really long handle, just looks a bit narrow for me. But let's wet the face. Wet the face, I've not even bloated the brush yet. What are you doing, Mads? Fucking hell. Right, dip the brush in the water. Flick out most of the excess and then straight into the dry soap. Now the Lather Bros new formula it's not a croap, but it's certainly a soft soap. I mean, straight away once you start loading up, you knock all those little bumps and peaks and the little high parts of the soap down pretty much instantly. Right. I think I've got enough water in there now. I'm just going to keep swirling this for a little bit until it goes nice and pasty and it stops sort of growing inside the tub. Now I'm overloading this by heaps. I know I don't need this much of the soap because it is really high quality soap. I've definitely upped the game. Oh, is that a lost hair? Sure is. Lost fibre, sorry, not a hair. And there we go. The brush is loaded, lovely. I've actually lost 2 hairs there. My face is already wet, so I can just start painting this on. Now one thing I do like about longer Barberpole handles, or longer handles, not Barberpole, but longer handles, is they're generally a little bit less messy. Well, they are less messy, not generally, they are less messy to use. They're also good for bowl lathering. Especially if you're using a deep walled bowl, or if you're using a mug. So just dipping the tips now. And again. Oh, the scent on this is really nice. It's got a very tropical scent. I have to say, I'm not getting, you know, if you called this tropical paradise, tropical sunset or something like that, I would have said, yeah, I don't get any, I'm not getting any bay rum from it. It's a good scent strength, it's around about a 5 or a 6. I'm not smelling it much when it's just on my face just now. I smell it more from the brush. When I'm wafting it around like this, I get a whiff of it. But it doesn't smell bay rummy to me, which I like. There we go. So the brush sprays very, very easily. It's actually got quite a lot of scrub. It's got way more scrub than I thought it was going to have. It's got a reasonable size splay. Let's dip the tips again. And again. There's another here. It's not something I normally find with synthetics, that it loses a lot of hairs in the beginning, so 4 hairs is quite a lot actually, if I'm honest. Right. Oh, right on my shoe. Here we go. Let's see what this looks like. I mean, like I said before, when I used this yesterday, in fact, since I've used this new formula, so for a synthetic brush, very nice. Now, lather bros, like I said, I was going to say, definitely lather's easier than the previous formula. Gets there quicker, and I would say it's even a creamier consistency. It's quite a dense lather. You see the knot is chock-a-block full. And here we go. So the razor is going to be the Yaqi double open comb once again. I used this yesterday with a vintage blade and it worked beautifully. Today I'm going to use one of your sort of bog standard blades that you can buy in the supermarkets over here, Wilkinson sword. And let's just see how it goes. Brand new Wilkinson sword. I haven't used one of these blades in a long, long time. And see how it feels. I can tell you right now, it doesn't feel shit all like the vintage blade. I mean, it still feels nice, but it's nowhere near as smooth as that vintage blade. It's not tugging or anything, it's just not whipping the hair off as smoothly. Right, let's just have a bit of a feel. So, the shave there, the soap performed very well, thankfully. The razor blade just doesn't feel as good. You know, it's not as good. Not that it doesn't feel as good, it just is not as good a blade. But that's still a good first pass. I've got no weepers, I've got no real irritation of any sort that I can feel. It was still a nice pass, it was a good shave. So let's see how we go on the second pass. Using the Yaqi Barberpole brush with the sort of Sinbad style knot, I think. I don't know what knot this is. Gotcha. I think, don't know, let's see. Still got it. Really thick. There's another two here, 2 fibres. Right, so here we go. Across the grain.
Picked up this one straight away, and it's it's a Nissan X-Trail, 4-wheel drive. It's got the roof rack on the top, it's got a tow bar, it pulls 2 tons, it's big inside, it's got the thing inside for the dogs and what have you. So the cheeky sod offered him $1,000 for the van. So I went, oh my god, I says, we bloody got an offer of whatever last week, what have you. And it's only done 53k. It says an old man found it, the rapper at Medicine has had it since years. It's really looked after it from what you can tell he's looked after it. So anyway, I did a deal and we ended up getting, for the trading on the van and a bit off the car, we ended up getting it for 14,000. Yeah, so I was dead chuffed. Yeah, I was dead chuffed. Because I didn't want to look for anything bigger.
Yeah, look, it's a nice shave. It's a really nice shave. I can't grumble with this blade, it feels alright. It's like, it's no vintage, but for a modern blade that you can buy pretty much everywhere the Wilkinson sword, it performs really well in this razor. It's still mild, it's still smooth, it's still efficient for what it is. And yeah, I mean, for the cost, you can't really go wrong.
Because the Focus finishes next February, I was happy to get that because it's less than what we pay fortnightly on the Focus. So it'll just take over that payment, you know what I mean? And at least the van's gone and we haven't got frigging to try and sell that. And it's just.
Now, I could build that lather up again. I'm not going to worry about it because I only need the slickness, and this is really slick silk, so lovely.
You know, I said I want to be going away in it and like good driving it because it's a 4-wheel drive. To be able to take it somewhere and use it like that, use it as a family car.
Yeah, against the grain, it's not comfortable. The blade, it's not the razor, it's the blade. The razor I find very easy to get the angle on. Even if it's sort of, if you've got a steep angle or a shallow angle, it still shaves smooth. It doesn't really change the feeling.
Yeah. So use it like a family car and then just use the little one if you're going like for him for work and what have you.
Yeah. Now, the open comb. I thought with it being an open comb it would be a little bit more aggressive. So I was trying to think how an open comb sort of works, and the only way I can see it feeling more aggressive really, and I would think it'd be the same with this, but the reason I don't find this aggressive I think is because from the blade to the edge of that comb there, it's quite a distance. You need to push quite hard to get a blade feel on your skin. Whereas a lot of things like the Mueller R41, where the blade sits on that head on that base plate, is pretty much in line with the edge of the comb itself, that comb there on the R41. So when you've got it on your skin, the blade is pretty much bang on your skin. You can't get rid of it, you can't get away from it. That's why this razor is quite mild. So.
But because of the last 3 months, it was 3 months. And because the rest of the stuff off my wages, so because my wages mess my wage up,
Right, I think that's about as good as I'm going to get. I'm not going against the grain with this blade, it's just not comfortable. But it's good enough for with the grain and 2 cross grain passes and a little touch up. And I'm happy with that, you know. I don't expect brilliant shaves every time or super close like I get every time. Now, when I use the carve razor, I do. Because so far, all the razor blades I've used in the carve have given me a super close, super comfortable shave, whether I'm with or against the grain. However, I have used in that razor pretty much only blades that I really, really enjoy, trust, and know I get a great shave from. So I'm just going to rinse this brush out. The knot is quite small, but it holds enough lather, way more than enough lather to get a 3-pass shave. Yeah, that definitely wasn't as comfortable, that shave. It was nowhere near like it was yesterday with the vintage Persona blades in the same razor. So it just goes to show you that blades make a massive difference to the overall shaving experience that you get. Massive difference. And there's another here, another fibre gone. The good thing is, whoever gets this brush eventually, it won't be shedding any more hairs by the time you get it, I can assure you. There's another one gone. Rinse the soap out. So I've got a couple of little weepers around my lips, but nothing major at all. And in terms of irritation or anything, I've not really got any, if I'm honest. There's a little bit around my lips, I would say. Maybe a touch just under my chin. But other than that, no, it's a really comfortable shave. I've certainly had worse shaves from more expensive razors, from much more expensive razors. I've had way worse shaves than that. It was actually a reasonably comfortable shave, and I think the razor, in all honesty, I think that sort of helped out with that. I think that made that shave just that a little bit better. I think if I was using something that wasn't comfortable to begin with, it wouldn't have been a great shave. But that's very close actually. Post shave, straight off the bat with Lather Bros is really nice. I mean, that's that sort of satin effect that you get from the Wickham soaps and things. It's got that lovely feel to it. It doesn't feel greasy. Feels very moisturised but dry and smooth. It's a feeling you only get with certain products, I find, in this hobby. So I'm going to finish off now with Lather Bros Flamingo Tropical Bay Rum. Give it a good shake. Jesus, maybe not stick stuff. Right, here we go. So just a tiny little, see if I can get that on the camera. That's it. That's all you need. In fact, that's probably too much if I'm honest, but oh, it smells incredible. I'm not sure whether there's menthol in this or not. We shall soon find out. Oh, well, that smells good. Oh, really good. That's got a beautiful tropical cologne type scent. It's really nice. That is a spot on scent. I'm still smelling it now. Really, really good scent strength as well. It's a good 7 at least on scent strength from that balm. Smells pretty much the same. Water, aloe vera. So there is menthol in here. I will say right now that I'm not experiencing the menthol really at the moment. I'll see how that goes while I'm still talking, whether that comes on or not. So the soap for today was Lather Bros Tropical Bay Rum with the pink flamingo on there. Beautiful little label, lovely little tubs, beautiful performing soap. Here comes the menthol now, I can feel it. It's not as prevalent as it is in my other Lather Bros balms from the previous formula and the previous tubs, but I can feel it just, it's just starting to come around my lips now and a little bit on the face, but not much, but it is there. The Yaqi, I would say sort of similar to the Sinbad looking knot. I haven't used the Sinbad knot, but it looks similar to this, that brown colour on the bottom that fades out into sort of a beige sort of blonde colour. It's almost like a chocolatey sort of colour. It's a nice looking knot. It's not my sort of style, but it looks okay. It's got a sort of natural look to it in terms of actually the hair colour, the fibre colour. It looks sort of natural. You can see all the different fibre colours that are coming through. There's little oranges and browns and light browns, dark browns, all that sort of stuff. There's a few bits of black through there as well, I think. The Barberpole handle itself, albeit it looks pretty good from a distance, when you get it in your hands it doesn't feel as high quality as their other brushes. It's certainly not been turned as well. It should be, in my opinion, this should be super smooth all the way around. You shouldn't feel a notch or you shouldn't feel where any of these connect. This should just be smooth all the way around. So I'm not sure how they've made this brush. I would imagine it has been turned, and there's obviously some impurities in the resins as well. So other than that, for the price, it's a great brush. It's lovely to hold. It's got a good weight. It's far enough away from your face when you hold it like that that you're not going to get lather all over your hands. I didn't really get any lather down the brush, if I'm honest with this. The knot held the lather very well. I'm getting a bit of menthol. It's not massively, but it's nice. It's just I'm just feeling it. Not by much, but I'm just feeling it. The Yaqi double open comb. I hate these labels on the top. I think they look shithouse, but it's a nice little slim head on there as well. It's not a massive head, so you can get underneath your nose and stuff very comfortably without any issues. And the handle is solid brass. It's all been chrome plated, but the handle is solid brass. There's a good bit of heft to this razor, and like I showed yesterday, the balance point on this razor is pretty much spot on. It's just above centre of the handle towards the head side, and for me that's pretty much where you want your balance point to be on any razor. The head heavy or handle heavy, it makes it a little bit more awkward. You want it to be just perfect when you're holding it in your hand, and most people, I would think, would hold the razor pretty much there. You wouldn't hold it away up here. Just that I'm talking about your average person would hold it just below there. That to me is pretty much the balance point of that razor, and that's why it's so comfortable to use. And that's pretty much how I hold it, which is why generally I prefer a shorter handle, because then I do slide up a little bit more closer to the head, and then my pinky finger would just be tucked under the handle there. But it's well made for what it is. It's been well plated. It's a few little, not marks, but you can see where it was turned underneath the plating. You can see the sort of striations on the metal. It hasn't been finished off smooth enough to make it look like a pristine, perfect coating. But the coating itself is of high quality. I cannot grumble at the chrome plating that's on here. The actual chrome plating is really nice. It's been well done. And for what it is, I think this one's $20 American. So you can't really get much better for your money, really, if I'm honest. It's not, well, it's better than the DE89 and Merkur 34C for me to shave with, so that says quite a lot, I think. And finished off today with Lather Bros Tropical Bay Rum Flamingo Aftershave Balm, and that's fully absorbed now pretty much. It has added a layer on the top of my skin. I wouldn't say it's greasy as such, but I can feel it. So hopefully that'll sort of absorb over the next couple of hours, but no irritation. Great shave, smells awesome. Smells really, really good. Honestly, it smells like a great tropical cologne. Almost like a sort of, yeah, I can't describe it. It smells brilliant. The soap smells ever so slightly different, I have to say. They don't match exactly, but they do smell very similar. But the balm for me smells slightly better, in my opinion. It smells more cologne-y, and I think that's really, really nice. So other than that, you guys stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive. I'll catch you guys in the next shave. Oh, and big thanks to Grace Chen for sending these over. Cheers.